Hello ladies and gents, welcome to a new night point of view review of the new Tesla Model S in front of us. This is the long range 504 kilowatts of power or 670 horsepower. Now there's a Plaid with 1020-ish horsepower. We're sitting on 19-inch, if I'm not mistaken, tires. These are standard with hubcaps. And I have a key card since this is a Tesla test car. If we unlock it, you can see the car. If I come on the back, beautiful familiar signature. Let's just show you the cargo space is enormous. It's almost like Skoda Octavia. So you have the cover now and there's extra space underneath there. So there's also a frunk. You can close this with the touch there. And just to show you now the front, how it looks, at least the daytime running lights are on. That's the signature. Let's jump into the car. Also massive frunk, but you touch here, door handles extend. You can see the little lights underneath. But I don't have the key fob, so I won't show the frunk. Now, you put your key card here on the left charging pad. Seatbelt on. And now, just a quick overview of the interior. New generation of Model S. You still have the front screen, the big display here. One of the coolest features I love is the display option here, where you can tilt this so it comes towards yourself. Now, I thought I left the light on, but it's automatic. Now, we are in sport mode, and I'm gonna start in chill and then switch to sport and insane. You can see that. And we're gonna see if we can test 0 to 100 is 3.2 seconds in this insane mode. We have beautiful maps. We have navigation standard. In this one we have FSD, but we're in Europe, so it doesn't work. I'm just gonna play some sound on the radio here. I can't play for too long not to get a copyright strike. The sound is insane. You have 22 speakers, if I'm not mistaken, with an amplifier. One of the best sound is that I have in my Tesla Model 3. This is even better with more speakers. This is all standard AC controls. Swipe up, you have now ventilated, cooled seats, what Tesla calls it, heated seats, and so on. But let's just start driving. So unfortunately, no ambient lights, and we have this yoke steering wheel, just a little light on that. Now, there's a new Model S with hardware 4, has new cameras, and it has standard round steering wheel. Yoke is optional. If you got the yoke, you can pay, I think it's $700, probably going to be 700 euros to replace this one if you want to get the round one, if you're not happy with this. And let's start driving because I'm time limited. So you have here buttons that are touch. Let me see if I press, you can see that they come on. Park, reverse, neutral, and drive. But you can just swipe here up and it starts driving. So let's go. Now I've set the air suspension to automatic, and because that's the best feature. Now turn signals are on the yoke, and let's start talking about the yoke. It's not too difficult, it's manageable, but it's a gimmick more or less. It was an advertisement for the new S, and in reality it's not practical simply because of the cut in half part, so you don't have the top part. And the turn signals are manageable with these little buttons, but when you're in a roundabout coming to a second exit, it's hard to just signal that you're exiting. I would say that Tesla has made a mistake by removing the little stalks for the turn signals, and the automatic, it's more practical, but it is what it is. And let's start talking about the rest of the cool stuff. So we're in a chill mode. I would advise you to drive in chill when you're in the city, in the neighborhoods, when there's pedestrians, kids. Car is very sensitive in the sport mode, definitely oversensitive in the insane mode. So of course you would develop the feeling if you will be driving in that mode, but still it's safer in case you have to react fast or by accident press the accelerator instead of a brake, which happens. So my advice is to be cautious on that end. Now the yoke, well, you can turn it. It's a little bit difficult at first if you can visualize it, but you actually just press in the corners and then you like spin it around with your hand, but more or less it's not that bad. Maybe I know this is supposed to be like a track car, but maybe for NASCAR, but not for Nürburgring in Germany with all the bends. Okay, Nürburgring doesn't have huge bends, but still it could be a little bit difficult. Now as you can see, the speed is nice, and I compare this close to my Model 3. This has more horsepower, so this is fine for nice casual commuting, and you're gonna get the most range out of the chill mode. But if you go to the sport mode, throttle is going to be more responsive, and it just kicks, it's faster. But we're going to of course respect the most of the speed limits. I'm saying most because in Croatia, where we are now, in Zagreb, the capital, we have tolerance 10 kilometers above the speed limit, up to 100 kilometers. So as you can see, on front view you have a screen with a speedometer, you have the visualization. Now on the Model 3 you get them on the side here. This music, you can remove this, you can have full map here. You can move the music to the passenger side, you can raise it up. Now the turn signal auto corrects, auto turns off. There's a little blind spot camera there in the middle. Now you could raise this up, you can of course get the full screen and so on. Now for the speed limiter, you press the roller since there's no lever once, or you press twice to activate the autopilot, and it holds you in the lane and does the rest of the stuff. Now a cool feature that I really love, as I mentioned, is the screen that it could tilt. I love that in my Model 3. I'm not a huge I don't feel like the Model 3 has a huge disadvantage because not having the screen in front. I'm actually used to not having it and having the speedo on the side here on my right, or the screen left top corner. But I would say that one thing I do miss in the S is the fact that when you stop, you don't have a car visualization here, so you can open the front. You have to tap here on the car, and then you have to open this. So this menu is not here available when you park. And to park this car, you just press on the P on the top there. Now, since this is a very heavy car, it is excellent, even more stable than the Model 3 in the corners. It really feels like it's glued to the road, like you're on rails, and it's just a very awesome but yet safe feeling. I feel like most people are going to be comfortable speeding in this, but of course I'm referring to the track or somewhere where it's legal. But this is such a fun car, and it's super expensive car, but still, what it gives you entry-level performance cars or hypercars if you're looking at the Plaid version. So it is definitely something that is above the competition in this price range. Now, overview around the car is excellent through the mirrors, in the middle mirror, but the middle mirror is a little bit looking further away because of the narrow view on the back. Now suspension here is okay. This is of course air suspension. Now it will even out most of the bumps, potholes, uneven parts, manholes and so on, and speed bumps. So this is going to give you more comfort, definitely, compared to my Model 3, which is more stiffer. They changed now in the Model 3 and the Model Y. The suspension is a little bit softer. I haven't tested that yet, so I can't say from experience if it's softer or not, or how much, but this is definitely a nice addition. But don't have huge expectations if you've never sit into an air suspension car, because the reality is that with the big potholes, you're just gonna feel them anyway. So just have that in mind. Now, also on the front screen, you can see the traffic visualization, or the FSD visualization, and that's cool. Now, unfortunately, in Europe, the full self-driving capability that we have here in this car is yet not fully functional, or it's just limited because of the regulations in the EU. And for that matter, it's really not worth the price. If it's going to come in the future, it'd be cool to see that working, driving by itself, more or less. But still, even on the basic autopilot, the software is not perfect. It has a little bit glitches, phantom braking, and so on. I haven't experienced this in this car, but just know you always have to be 100% ready to take over. Pay attention to the car, what it's doing when it's on autopilot, because it's not perfect. And regarding comfort in the car, the build quality is better. This is still a Freeman car, by the way. Clear coat is better, paint is better. Still, there's a Freeman signature. There's kind of hairs, some parts that are not supposed to be. They're mostly on the inside of the doors where you don't see them. And there is some cracking sounds here coming over the speed bumps or the holes, because it's just too many parts that are tensioned. So, you know, but in reality, this is a big step up compared to the first generation Model S. Now, I'm a 2-meter tall person, 6.6 in feet. This is a super comfortable car on the front, very spacious, a little bit more wider than the Model 3 that I drive. But the headroom on the back is the same problem as in my Model 3. You're just hitting, or at least I am hitting, the glass roof. It's not comfortable over speed bumps if someone's driving you. So have that in mind. If you want more headspace on the back, you should go for the SUV, the Model X or the Model Y. Now we're gonna get to the highway. I actually need to return this car, so I hope I'm gonna make it in time, because I'm seeing I'm already gonna be a little late, but I think I'm gonna make it just in time. Love the features. You have cup holders here, little trays with the lights here. You can remove this. There's a big tray here, and you know, this has 2 levels. There's 2 charging pads, 2 in the back. There's space here. This is magnetic. Now the little spring here for the glove compartment is, or the glove box, when you're closing it, there's like ding, a little spring sound. So not the greatest. If you're really I mean, if you close it standard, you have to close it a little bit more gentle. Now we're coming to the highway. I'm gonna put it into insane, deliberately going over potholes here. These are big ones, so I can feel them, but way better on the air suspension. Now I left the air suspension on standard, so it's gonna rise on the highway to give me more comfort. Now I'll try to get out of the city, show you the headlights performance in pitch black as well. So you can see here the blind spot camera, and of course in this case I cannot see the traffic light. I can if I raise my head up. I can see through the panel roof. So this is me handling the yoke, and look at this. This thing is flying. Okay, I'm a little bit fast here, but this is just to show you how the car performs. Of course I don't drive this way regularly. This is just a little show. Now, matrix LED headlights, but the matrix capability is still not on. Car is super stable in the bends. And I'm gonna see if I can speed up to the... Wow, this is really insane. Woo! Now, Tesla has limited the car to 140 kilometers per hour max. So unfortunately, I can't show you the higher speed, but this is 140. Now, this is around 100. So you can hear some tire noise, and above 130, a little wind noise coming, 140, and so on. Now in this specific part of the road, there's more rough surface asphalt, so if it was more smoother, it would be more quieter in here, and I am on winter tires at the moment, so have that in mind. And now the car is taking over, so I can put here a autopilot. Now, one of the cool features with this, I'm going to show you here when we pass the semi. I can give a turn signal and the car sees the spot. Now I kind of disengaged it. Once again, you have to move the steering wheel slightly, but I've kind of used too much force. So once again, you turn the steering slightly, just you have to keep holding it, and you can see a little spot there, and it does the auto lane change for you. And if I do it again, there's no traffic behind me. Just a slight, actually I think you just have to hold your hands on the steering wheel so it knows you're here, but it does the auto lane change by itself. So this is also something you can get in the advanced autopilot package, but personally I don't think it's worth the money. That's just my personal opinion, of course. And I gotta say that the soundproof in the Model S is better. Wow, that was insane. I just saw a car behind me. I wanted to speed up a little bit, but I completely forgot I was in this insane driving mode. There's a 100 speed limit here, so I'm gonna ease off, and I think I'm going to definitely put the car in the sport. Now I want to thank big thanks to local Tesla for lending me the car twice for a test drive. For some reason the EU press is not responding to my emails, so I've decided to get the car this way. And unfortunately we don't have the Plaid, which I would love to test, but we're a small market, so I guess it didn't register one. Now I do know one owner who told me he's going to lend me the car for a test, but he wants to put a PPF on his car first. So I'm going to respect his, of course, wishes and wait for that to happen, and then maybe in a month or two I'm going to get it for a test drive. Now the brakes are well, one pedal driving is the best way to drive, of course, but the pedals the brakes are strong, more sensitive, stronger than on my Model 3. Definitely with more power you need more braking power. Definitely if you plan to use this on track, or if you get the Plaid, I would go for the ceramic brakes, because these cars are usually overpowered and for the brakes that they have. So these cars are also super fast on acceleration, but super slow when you need to brake down, so the braking distance is longer. So have that in mind. If you're driving faster, you need to be responsible. You need to have that into accounting, that you need more stopping room, so just have that in mind. Now, one of the greatest features of Teslas is the power. You can always speed up when you need that extra power. Now, one thing I really dislike personally is the fact that Tesla has removed the lumbar support on the Model 3 and Y. Mine has it. It's just the one before that, but they removed it on this. They actually added on the S and X, excuse me, but they removed it on the 3. So we're in the insane mode. No traffic behind me. That car is far away. Hold the brake all the way, pedal all the way, release. Wow, that is insane. Whoa! Yeah. So the brakes are actually excellent. So I'm gonna put it back. That was awesome. But the car was so stable, there was no slipping or anything else. I had one room for that, so probably not gonna repeat that, but it was quite fun. So 3.2 seconds, at least that's supposed to be the official number. And let's head over here. Now I want to show you the headlights performance in pitch black. There's no traffic here. So this is the normal beam and the long beam of the GoPro. I'm going to take my iPhone as well to show you that has a little bit bigger camera. So this is the iPhone camera, normal beam and a long beam. That's it. Pretty good in person. So there's no one behind me, and so I have one chance for another one. And that's it. So the last one was in sport mode. Now, so this was the last Tesla location for first location where they had the pop-up store when it came to Croatia. So just to show you the navigation a little bit, and you have the navigation and the little screen there. Now the car is amazing. If you're looking for this car, you're really gonna enjoy it. So it's kind of time to summon my impressions. Definitely impressive car. Considering there's an even stronger plaid version. I mean, this is like, wow. This is comfort, technology packed into one car. This is supposed to be premium, excuse me, not premium, Model 3 is premium. This is supposed to be luxury. Definitely is price-wise. Yeah, I didn't even realize it was speeding though. But excellent, overall excellent car, excellent performance. Now the long range, you're gonna get most of the juice if you're doing road trips or traveling longer distance. So I would definitely go for this, but if you want something more exciting and to show off, then you have the plaid. So I love the new Model S, and I think it's super practical. One of the cons of the Model 3s doesn't have a fifth or the door or the lift back. Not sure what's this speed limit here, but I'm gonna drop it to 50. But wow, rollers there. But yeah, you can press it to cancel that as well. I think there's work, construction to be past the tunnel, but they're actually at the moment not active, so the speed limit shouldn't be there. But yeah, that's the Model S. Definitely amazing car. I'm not sure if I've missed anything when it comes to my review, so if I did, I'm gonna type it in the comments. Definitely.
Meters, your destination will be on the right.
So I like to show the car in the garage. This guy is not gonna dismount his bike, so by law he's obligated to dismount and cross. and I am a little bit time sensitive here. Just going to get into the garage and wrap it up here. So let me just change here. So I just want to want you to see the car a little bit. New light. Wow, the seatbelt is tensioning me. So car makes no sound, but other ICE cars do.
Now your destination is on the right.
And trip. There we go. So now I'm going to park. Well, or not. There's another car behind me. So let's find a parking spot just to show you how the car looks from the outside. Oops, that was a close call on the column, or the cone there. Well, it's super packed, but let's get over here. Well, it's packed. I'm just going to actually stop here and show the car from the outside, just to show you here reverse cameras, excellent. Steering is moving better. U-turn, you can do better U-turn, but I have to go because I'm late. So press here to park. I'm just gonna walk around to show you the car, and that's it. So I'm gonna leave. So that's the new Model S here, and thanks for watching. If you like the video, do like it, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Thanks for watching. Bye.